Hi friends, welcome to another video. I'm Ulysses and this is Comic Book Odyssey. I am a fan of comics. I create comics. You can find links to all my comic book related stuff in the description. So please subscribe. I live stream every morning except Sundays, my drawing sessions, so you can watch me make the comics in real time. Let's get to the video. This is a video about a book by Scott McCloud of Understanding Comics fame. If you haven't read that one, highly recommended. Go to your library. Almost 100% chance they'll be able to find that book for you, Understanding Comics. This is his third in his series called Making Comics, and it's about making comics. And I wanted to discuss in particular the section called Understanding Comics Culture. So Scott McCloud is an expert at breaking things down in such a way that it makes it extraordinarily clear. And he's got some archetypes of different comics creators, which was something very interesting to me and helped me understand sort of where I'm at with the comics creation odyssey that I'm on. Now he's broken it down into 4 archetypes, and of course, people have maybe a little bit of each, more, preponderance of a certain archetype in them. But let's look at them. First, we have the classicists, who are dedicated to excellence, hard work, mastery of craft, the quest for enduring beauty. So you could put somebody like Gustave Doré in that list, and I believe he does give some examples, and there's also notes on this chapter, so you can kind of see who he kind of puts in each class. So these are the people that are first and foremost concerned with the craft of making comics and making their artwork beautiful. That is their priority. And then he has the animists, who are dedicated to putting content first, creating life through art, and trusting one's intuition. Here he puts Jack Kirby as an example of an animist who his art perhaps wasn't the most classically beautiful, and perhaps not the most skilled artist in terms of the perfect line and all this, but he became very popular because there's an enormous amount of heart in his storytelling. So it's story first, and I personally identify the most with this archetype. Then you have the formalists, who are dedicated to the understanding, experimentation with, and loyalty to the comics form. So these are people who are most interested in the medium itself and testing what can be done with this medium. So you would be somebody like, let's see, who does he put in that? Like, I might put, the name escapes me now. Well, I would put Scott McCloud, and he personally self-identifies as primarily a formalist, and he does test what can be done in comics. For instance, making a comic about comics, right? So that's like a study of the form of comics. And then the iconoclasts, whose interests are centered on honesty, vitality, authenticity, and unpretentiousness, putting life first. So you would have somebody like Robert Crumb, perhaps, in this category. So personally, I identify primarily as animist. So for me, comics, what's important about comics is that they tell stories. That's what's beautiful about the medium, and they can make you feel things. So intuition first is definitely more my thing, and maybe a bit of iconoclast, because honesty, authenticity, unpretentiousness are values that resonate for me. So he has more information about this. Um, for instance, how these things relate and how they do not. Um, like the classicist and animist ideals build on traditions of craft and storytelling, which formalists and iconoclasts enjoy overturning. So there are some ways that these archetypes don't mix, right? So, and there are some ways where they're particularly well complemented. So if you are a maker of comics or a fan of comics, understanding this archetypal framework can help you understand what kind of artwork you will make, or what kind of artwork you'll be attracted to as a fan, what kind of comics you would like to find more of. So I am interested in the formalists' works and in the classicists, but personally, as pursuits, they perhaps don't call to me so much as the archetype of the animist and the values of an iconoclast: authenticity, unpretentiousness, honesty. So that's a little bit about the amazing book by Scott McCloud called Making Comics. What are your thoughts? Which archetype do you resonate the most with? Tell me in the comments. I'll see you there.